Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. Here we are on Michigan Avenue once again. There's the Michael Jackson street performer there. That's a good way to start this off here. Hopefully I won't get a copyright strike here, but we'll head up. We're just gonna head up to the Riverwalk. I'm gonna start heading up Milwaukee Avenue. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to October the 24th, 2025. Yeah, we got the trumpet disc right here. How you doing there? Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. So hey, Friday night, World Series starts tonight. The Blue Jays play the LA Dodgers there in Toronto. We'll see if they, I think the game starts at 7 o'clock. Jessica, how you doing there? Johnny, Tara, thanks for being on there. Cynthia. So Tara, yeah, we're gonna head up Milwaukee Avenue. We're gonna head north by northwest. I thought about trying this yesterday, but I'm glad I saved it to today because I got my work to a point where I feel like I accomplished something this week, and we'll leave work until Monday, and we'll head up to Wicker Park. We'll go up to Point and Pierce, Beer Barons Row. We'll check out the Halloween decorations. We'll see the nice commercial strip there on Milwaukee Avenue. I haven't been that way in a while. And then probably once it's dark there, we'll head back across Bucktown and head back into Wicker Park. The extreme southern edge of Bucktown, like Cortland there. Hey, the bagpiper's out. Wow. We're getting all kinds of street performers tonight. We had the Michael Jackson dancer, we had the trumpetist, and we got the bagpiper. And we have reruns of all three of those guys because we've seen them here before. So here, Dolores, how you doing there? S-Van Sky. Helios, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, doing well there. Cynthia. Johnny Rockberry. So hey, we'll head across. There he is. We've seen this guy before. I gave him a good tip last time. Let's see if he remembers us. And actually, you know what? We'll cross over Wacker so we can catch the bagpiper. And while we're waiting, I'll show you the Chicago Architecture Center. And yeah, earlier in the week, if you want to see the construction progress of 400 North Lakeshore, you can check out our rerun from yesterday. At lunchtime, we walked down the Ogden Slip and we checked out. It's getting pretty tall. You see that crane there? You know, pretty soon it'll start popping out right there. But here's the Illinois Center, Mies van der Rohe, one of the last buildings he designed. Looks like all his other buildings. And there's the Chicago Architecture Center. They got this. We missed the shift. There was the architectural biennial. I don't know how I missed that, but there we'll get the nice view of the Wrigley and the Tribune there. Yeah, Grim Evil's tuning in there. Tea time. Yeah, great Friday there. Yeah, Grim Evil. Like the ghost there. The ghost with the most. Wes, what's shaking? So here, I'm gonna miss the light. I lollygagged way too long. I knew this was gonna happen. I want to get across here before the light changes. Delay in the car here. But here's the bike taxi here. Let's party. Let's party. Yeah. There, we'll head across. Tombot, what's shaking? Central Montana, Art Attack. Yeah. Yeah, Art Attack, we'll have to check out the Bucket of Blood. I'll get over there eventually. I probably won't get up there tonight. We'll head up to Wicker Park. We'll eventually get over to Avondale. And here's the bagpiper. How you doing it? Yeah. Hey, there's the little short. That's not the large barge. That's the small barge. That's the tiny barge there, the half barge, heading by the Voyager. Hey, there we go. How you doing? There's the. I didn't realize they're hiding behind the coat there. I didn't realize they were there. I'm heading down the stairs there. There's always something going on. You notice I turned the camera away once I saw they were trying to hide behind the coat. And hey, here we go. Here's Michael Jordan here. You can get the Michael Jordan t-shirt. Shy Boys Cafe. Get your drinks. What else they got here? This is not going to be open too much longer. Here's the marketplace. They got these little pop-up shops. So you get the Blues Brothers. Get the Blues Brothers. They got the old stereo there. Neighborly. Shy Boys Cafe. Yeah. Hey, here comes water taxi here, Chicago Riverwalk, October the 24th, 2025 there. Yeah. Yeah, the autocorrect. There's Innisfree. Look, Innisfree. Water taxi goes one way, Innisfree goes the other. We saw Innisfree on the Ogden Slip yesterday at lunch. It was docked there. There, people were taking a cruise there, even though it's 50 degrees. People bundled up there drinking the coffee. Lots of boat traffic here on a Friday night, Chicago Riverwalk. Thanks for tuning in there, Marina Towers. Across from the Trump Tower here. And yeah. Here, we'll head around. Look, she's running. She's running. She's not cold. I'm wearing a jacket. You see, these people are wearing jackets. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting us used to the fall weather. This is probably where we should be this time of year, 50s. We might get to 60s beginning next week. It might rain. Here's Olmed. Tour boat coming through here. Yeah, there's the docent there, the Bears fan. Here comes the Robert H. water taxi. Olmed. So you go below, go above. Yeah, Wabash Avenue here. 80 degrees there, Kate. Hey, that's good. Well, hey, enjoy that nice weather there. That's why so many people in America have moved south. I often joke Americans have collectively lost their ability to deal with the cold weather. It includes my sister who lives in Houston. If it gets below 60, she's cold. And I understand, because if you live in 90 degrees most of the year, it does feel cold. It's all relative. So once you get used to the cold weather, you just get out in it. It doesn't seem bad at all. It's perfect walking weather. It's nice for building a fire. And as I say in the wintertime, any day above freezing temperatures is a good day in Chicago. So today is a good day because we still have liquid water on the ground here outside. See, people are jogging in shorts. Look at this. You'll see people in February jogging along the lakefront without the shirt on, 20 degrees. I wouldn't recommend that. I would get hypothermia. I'm bundled up. I dress in layers wintertime. I don't care about looking stylish. Obviously. Do I look like I'm concerned about my appearance? Hey, Nelia's cake. Yeah. Yeah, that's the bond there. Yeah, you know, that's exactly. Once you get to St. Patrick's Day and we're starting to thaw out there, yeah, everybody comes alive. Then you got another 3 months of winter till May. But there's the water taxi. World Series starts tonight. I think the game starts at 7, so we'll probably still walk. We'll probably still be walking at that time. See how my battery holds out. Yeah, the windshield's the worst. Hey, shake a leg. Yeah, Nelia's, man. Yeah, check out Chicago. You come visit. I appreciate living here. I appreciate other people appreciate, you know, because we get so many people that bash this city. Positive, negatives, everything. And there's the Marina Towers. We'll head around the City Winery. I saw a boat docking in the next bay there, the next block. Hey, Dodgers. Alex is a Dodgers fan there. That's good. We have many people tune in from Southern California, LA area there. I know there's 2 baseball teams in LA, just like Chicago. Got the Anaheim Angels, but the LA Dodgers are going to make a run for the World Series championship against the Toronto Blue Jays. Canada versus United States. So in other news, the president's going to China to negotiate a trade deal with Xi. I guess that meeting's going to happen. They moved an aircraft carrier into, United States moved an aircraft carrier into the Caribbean. That's interesting, especially since there's a hurricane. Melissa's impacting Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic. A lot of rainfall. There's still boats being blown out of the water there, extrajudicial killings. And if maybe it'll be a distraction from the government shutdown. We'll start a war with Venezuela to wag the dog, and we'll seize the 300 billion barrels of oil, and we'll start dividing up the world between Russia. It's great. I'm joking. That would never happen, right? We must be living in an alternative reality here. So, hey, we'll go underneath Dearborn Street here, Chicago, Illinois. And we'll see if there's any boats over here. I think the boat pulled out. Yeah, there was a boat here, but it left. It skedaddled. It's already long gone. Yeah, it's way over there. That boat was here. It pulled out, and we missed it. So there was a boat docked here. It's a tiny tap. Yeah, world famous apartment buildings. You live in the Marina Towers there, yeah. Yeah, Grand Mo's Marathon. Look at that. So what else is shaking here? So if we needed any further evidence that the stock market's completely divorced from the real economy, the government's probably going to be shut down at least till Monday, or at least till the president gets back from his Pacific trip. And stock market hit an all-time high today, despite the government shutdown. So I don't think no one's worried. You know, I'll wait till this music gets out here. I know this. I'm trying to talk over this music so I don't get a copyright strike here. Maybe I'll still get one. Here's the Windella. Yeah, they're flying the Chicago Fire flag there because the Chicago Fire soccer team defeated Orlando. They're going to face the Philadelphia Union there, soccer. The Chicago Bulls won their home opener last night against the... no, that was 2 nights ago? That was 2 nights ago. Losing track of the days there against the Detroit Pistons. But, okay, so, an anonymous private person or entity, we don't even know if it's foreign or domestic, donated $130 million to cover the 1 week payroll of the military, which is generous, but it creates a lot of ethical dilemmas, whereas Congress needs to approve it. And if it's anonymous, we would like to know where the money's coming from, because if it's it's kind of like influencing, you know, $130 million is a lot of money, and that's a big favor. So is anybody worried about this? And there's, you know, it's almost offensive that someone could easily just like fund the government with their own private money. This happened in 1906, and the Panic of 1907. James Pierpont Morgan, this was before the Federal Reserve, personally bailed out the entire market with his own fortune, and he said, "I'm never going to do that again." And that's why they eventually created the Federal Reserve, which in times of market turmoil, and that's why the market went up today. The inflation number came out just under expectation. It was supposed to be 3.1. We have 3% inflation, and the market took that as the Fed's going to lower interest rates. So here they're taking a picture here. So they're taking pictures both ways. So I think I appreciate that. I'm trying to get through your thing. I was trying to thread the needle here. There was a picture going one way, and there was a picture going the other way. That's good. So here's Britannica building. But I'm sure the Federal Reserve will backstop billionaires losing any money in the market. That's why they're there. That's just my opinion. This is all conjecture. But this is stuff in the news. You can find this in major news sources. I'm not trying to be incendiary. I'm just reporting stuff in the news here. This is stuff that might affect the world events here. So if you just joined, we're in Chicago. We're walking on the Riverwalk here. We're gonna head further west than I usually head, northwest, along the my walk home from work. Since it's Friday, I'm not concerned about wearing myself out as much. It's been a long week. We've walked a lot. I'm gonna probably stop posting reruns to TikTok. I posted that tribute to Sarah Harwood, our great late moderator. She passed away last October, early in the month, and I think that might be a good last TikTok for a scrapbook, where we'll keep all the content there on TikTok, so you'll be able to, at your pleasure, reminisce on all the fun we've had over the last 3 years, or two years, because the first half we lost. They deleted all that, and I didn't have it all backed up. We lost a lot of content that I wish I had. I learned a lot of lessons from the first time TikTok deleted my account at 38,000, and we'll keep the one we got at 97,000. We'll concentrate all our efforts here on YouTube. I'm really going to try to grow this account, and we'll keep streaming here morning, noon, and night on YouTube. I know there's some problems with YouTube. I'm not totally happy with it as a live streaming app, but for now it's a vehicle. We'll still keep TikTok as a backup, and yeah. How many steps? I do not care how many steps I do. I measure my walks in miles. Every day someone asks me how many steps I do. I average about 20,000 steps a day, 10 miles. Usually we do 3.5 miles in the morning, 3.5 at night, and 3 during the day, or 4 sometimes at night. We'll probably do 5 miles. I'm probably going to walk 5 miles from where I'm at now. We're going to go over to Wicker Park, and then we're going to go back to Lincoln Park, and we're going to look for Halloween decorations. We're going to go up Milwaukee Avenue. At least that's my plan. We're going to go up towards North Avenue, North Milwaukee, Damon. And here's the train heading across the Wells Street Bridge there. Hey, they're racing the water taxi at Pleasure Craft here, going in front of the Merchandise Mart. Yeah, the bridge painters. You got it. Tombot. Yeah, the video quality. So I'm using Streamlabs. It's very hard to get this video quality using the crappy YouTube app. I feel bad for other. This Gemini has to use Prism, and Christopher Dotson uses Prism. They both cannot use the TikTok or the YouTube app as well, because if it degrades in quality, sometimes you can't get it back. Ernie Chicago Nuggies had the same problem, and I have too. But so we're gonna cross here at the Kinzie Street Bridge. No, this is the Franklin Street Bridge. We're gonna go to the Kinzie Street Bridge. That's where the Dave Matthews Band incident happens, and then we'll walk over to Grand Avenue and angle over to North Milwaukee and Damon. We used to walk by the Blommer Chocolate Company, but it moved out. You used to be able to smell the chocolate. Here's a lone kayaker here. October the 24th, 2025, or 2025, and we still got a kayaker here. But I'm pretty tired. It's been a long week, and yeah, we'll cross the Chicago River. There's the confluence, Wolf Point. There, we got the train. Look at that. Look at that classic view of, I think that's a brown line or a purple line heading north there, the Wells Street Bridge. We got 50 degrees on the dot Fahrenheit. What is that? 10 degrees Celsius or less. There's the CTA train going across the Wells Street Bridge. We're looking east from the Franklin Street Bridge towards Wells Street and towards the lake here. Here's the center of the bridge. They got those hatches. I'm always afraid they're like trap doors. Beautiful dog here. How you doing? And we saw a cute puppy on the beach this morning. Here's the merchandise mart. Hey, happy Friday, Amber. How you doing there? No rule book. Just because our president doesn't follow the rules doesn't mean most Americans want him to follow the rules. We check out my videos of the No Kings protest. America's very divided right now, and I literally saw a video of I don't know if it was an American or an Australian, but some woman was singing the national anthem of America and Australia in a stadium, and the Australians booed the national anthem, which we should pay attention as Americans. We're losing. Australia is perhaps our closest ally. Like Canada and Australia, England and New Zealand, our most closest English-speaking allies, booed the national anthem. So we know our president doesn't care if the rest of the world hates us, and he certainly doesn't care if half of the United States is very angry with what he's doing. He's going to do whatever the hell he wants, and we're going to lose standing in the world, and a lot of MAGA doesn't care either. And so I'm embarrassed by our country right now. I want to apologize to all Australians and let them know that we understand and don't think the entire America is along with this agenda, and we fear what the next 3 years are going to pretend. But as long as that stock market's up, and all the world, Japan stock market's at all-time high, Germany's just hanging there. Here, let's walk around here. We'll walk around. We'll stay by the river here. So, hey, Merchandise Mart, Chicago River. Yeah, we'll catch this green line heading around here. We're at Wolf Point here. There's the Nuveen Investment. That's the 333 Wacker Drive building. Here we see the... And normally I would walk across the Lake Street Bridge, but it's under construction, and they got it blocked off to street and pedestrian traffic. So we'll head under the Salesforce Tower here in Chicago. There's the South Branch. We were down there on Wednesday seeing the bridge lift. We'll head around here. I still am angry at Biden for not letting the Democratic Party have a real primary, and how he waited too long to drop out of the race, and then they just said, okay, Kamala's your choice. And I like Kamala Harris personally, and I'm going to offend like MAGA by saying I think she's, I do think she would have been a much better president for America than Trump. I'm sticking by that, but I'm not crazy about, I'm kind of angry at the Democratic Party. I'm angry at Biden for kind of, not, for staying in the game too long. And the Democratic Party made it possible and kind of fumbled the ball. And they're paying a price for that. We're all paying a price for that. I'm not a card-carrying Democrat. I criticize Democrats, Republicans. I fear that neither party truly represents my interests. I do lean to the left. I do have you can call me a bleeding heart liberal, but I'm kind of more democratic socialist. I really got excited by Bernie Sanders, but I know that would have had some problems too. And I'm not for like the total redistribution of wealth, but I'm for a more mixed economy. And I am very disturbed by the presence of mass unidentified, we know who they are, they're government contractors that are getting paid to round up undocumented migrants or illegal immigrants, whatever you want to call it, and intimidate whole communities and cities, not just Chicago, but LA, Los Angeles, Portland, Oregon, New York. This was planned. Governor Abbott from Texas and others, they would bus migrants to Chicago and New York. They were hoping for this situation where Trump would be elected and they could punish the sanctuary cities And so we're in this age of retribution, and Chicago and all cities are being punished. The transit funding at the federal level is being slashed. A lot of federal assistance to cities is being slashed and being given to countries like Argentina. And make sure that Scott Bessent doesn't personally benefit from helping out their buddy there in Argentina, because he's a libertarian like Elon Musk, but he's happy to take our money, because, you know, that's the problem with socialism. I admit, eventually you run out of other people's money, and you end up in a Venezuela type situation often. So there's problems with socialism, there's problems with capitalism. I don't know what the answer is. If I did, I wouldn't have to have a day job. But we're all working for somebody. Thanks for tuning in here. We're going to head over towards Milwaukee Avenue. Hey, look at the First Lady here. Look at this nice view. All this new. See, they got the seating area here, Wolf Point. You can see the South Branch. This is the North Branch Chicago River. This is where they meet. Eventually, more boat traffic will probably head up the North Branch once the casino's open. There'll probably be a water taxi stop at the casino eventually, or Goose Island, where they're going to build some more housing, and I want to see evidence of those towers going up. But here, North Branch Chicago River, 50 degrees. We got 5:37 in the PM. Thanks, Nelios. Thanks for understanding there. Yeah, Michael, I hear that. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah. So look at this bridge in the upright position. Most people, including me, we erroneously thought it was stuck this way. No, it works. It moves up and down like the Basque bridges. They just leave it up in the upright position. They test it supposedly once a year. I want to catch it one time when it's down. They probably do it in the middle of the night or something. But it's an old railroad bridge. There used to be a railroad track that went straight across and went underneath the Merchandise Mart towards Navy Pier. And that's part of the reason they raised Michigan Avenue. When I show the lower level Michigan Avenue like a causeway, you know I say it's built on a swamp. That was me being, I did that on the fly. The first time I did that in 2023, that was the first video I got to go viral. I didn't realize, and I probably would have phrased my words differently if it went viral. If I know it was going viral, because I kind of paraphrased the whole thing, but to keep it within a minute. This used to be cold storage. The walls are really thick in that building. They used to store ice there in the old days 100 years ago for the ice boxes. And it's been amazingly adaptive reuse to housing with those thick walls. I bet it's warm in the winter, and I bet it keeps us cold in the summer there. Very energy efficient building. There's the pink line. But here's the bridge in the upright position. This railroad bridge. That housing over there, that's Harry Weiss. Harry Weiss, the architect, designed that in 1988. And when that was built, I don't even think that was housing. I think that was the first housing. None of this was housing. Hardly anybody wanted to live in this area in 1988. Now there's more people than ever living in River North, River West, and the Loop. But I'm always afraid to go under this concrete. I'm afraid that squashed me like a bug. See the railroad tracks there? It would go right across there. People climb up the ladder there. They go up there and put their marks up there. I guess that's the bridge house there for it. But we'll head across the Kinzie Street Bridge. This is where the Dave Matthews Band incident happened. We'll see if we find the stickers on there. Portholes for windows, yeah. We'll get a better view of it. Yeah, Harry Weiss, he designed it like a sailboat. It was supposed to be, and those people, they have docks. They can pull up their boats right to their house there. That's a really interesting piece of real estate there in Chicago. So this is Kinzie Street. That's the East Bank Club, and this is the Kinzie Street Bridge. So in 2004. The Dave Matthews Band bus was on tour and in Chicago. They dropped off the band either at the hotel or whatever. The bus was empty of people besides the bus driver. He was behind schedule or trying to save time or just being lazy. He probably did it before. When he was driving the bus really slowly across this bridge, there's a release valve in the bus to release the waste contents. Usually you go to an RV dump station or something to do it. He didn't want to do it, so he dumped it in the river, polluting the Chicago River with the waste of the Dave Matthews Band buzz from their toilets. Unfortunately, there was a Chicago architectural tour boat going underneath here, and they doused them with the waste of the Dave Matthews Band. That's why there's stickers. Look at this nice view. That's we get the bridge here. I don't know what that is. They took them off. People would put stickers here, but I guess the city takes them off because they don't want. There's not going to be a plaque here. Hey, look at that seagull. How you doing? Here's the Dave Matthews Band bridge here, Kinzie Street. But the rest is history. So for several years after that, Dave Matthews Band was banned from playing in Chicago. He would play in Indiana or Wisconsin or something. But now that's lifted, and Dave Matthews Band was able to play in Chicago. Remember that? Anybody remember that? Yeah. You want to climb the bridge? Iceman, Noble Street. Yeah, the Ragman. Yeah, they had Iceman, Ragman, Milkman. The Milkman would do the milk, and you had to put the bottles back out. There's the Metro. The Metro's heading out of the Ogilvy station. So this is Canal Street. Heads down to Union. Hey, we got another. They're racing. Here comes the two Metro. There's a lot of commuter rail traffic this time of the evening. Trains leaving the station to head out to the northwestern suburbs. So here's the Metro, double-deck Metro trains heading out of Ogilvy Station, Chicago, Illinois. We're on Kinzie Street, 5:42 in the PM. We got 50 degrees. Thanks for tuning in here. How's everybody doing here? Welcome to YouTube land. So this is new housing. They built this about a year or two ago. I don't know if it's occupied yet. There's your Metro. Look how long this train is. Double decked. Yeah, May's tuning in there. That's great. Yeah, May, thanks for tuning in from the UK there. We got Ireland tuning in, UK. That's great. You remember that? Yeah. Look at this little, what is that? It's not a Zamboni, it's like a little sweeper. I guess they just use it for the cart parking lot. Do they use that for snow? There are tracks that, and there's a tire there, so I guess they don't use these tracks. the train can't go any further. Well, it could easily run over that, but here we're underneath those same Metro tracks we just saw the two trains use. Some of them go west, some of them go northwest. Some of them go straight north. They go up the North Shore there. But here's some of the West Loop of Chicago. There's some more housing. This used to be the Blommer Chocolate Factory, and I have videos from when it was still operating as a chocolate factory. You used to be able to smell the smell of cocoa, and the trucks would pull up with the ingredients and pump it in there. But sadly, it's no more. You used to be able to go in there and buy chunks of chocolate. Very cheaply, you could buy a big chunk of chocolate. Yeah, Neely's up late. Yeah, Mode Man. So that's what we're talking about. You see what we're looking at there? This was the Blommer Chocolate Factory in Chicago on Kinzie at Halstead. And no, not Halstead. Jefferson. This is Milwaukee. I should say where Milwaukee pretty much starts, and Kinzie, Milwaukee runs in a diagonal. That's where we're going. We're going to walk up Milwaukee to North Avenue about. And then we're going to check out, see, it should be dark by then, and then we could check out Halloween decorations. Yeah, you're called to smell. Yeah. It still says Blommers. I should film the sign just for posterity, because eventually they're going to remove those signs. This would be a collector's item. I'm not saying anybody should do anything with these signs, but I'm going to film them. I often film things to remember it by, you know, and that's why we do all this. We document some of the housing that we've lost too, and buildings that have been torn down. Blommer Chocolate Company, do not enter, exit only. And this is for the truck drivers. See, we'll film someday a developer might buy this up because there's pressure for housing. And Blommer Chocolate Company. it would be really hard to convert this to housing. It's the wrong shape of a building. Listen to all the birds. There's a bunch of birds in that park over there. But yeah, this is the Blommer Chocolate Factory here. We'll walk up to Milwaukee Avenue here. Yeah, Des Plaines. Okay, so it's Des Plaines, not Jefferson. Thanks. Yeah, I was one street off. Des Plaines, and then it's Jefferson. Looks like there's some new construction. They're always building something in the West Loop. We might have to check that out. We'll see it when we kind of angle up here. This is the beginning of the West Loop. This is the beginning of what they call Fulton Market. You got to cross the highway, but there's the Jewel Osco. See, there's the Sears Tower right there. Sears Tower in Chicago. We'll head up to see, look, Damon Avenue, 1 3/4 miles up in Milwaukee. Logan Square is 4.5. So we're gonna go up to Damon, which is not too bad, less than 2 miles. It's a nice walk. But look, it's called the Vista. Let's zoom in here, let's get it here. So they're building new construction on Kinzie Street in Fulton Market there, the Vista. Here, let's get across the street here. I want to cross the street. There. So yeah, this is Des Plaines. There's the Salvation Army place up there. Here's the Allied van lines. Here, let's cross here. There's nice bike paths up and down Milwaukee here. A lot of bike traffic goes up Milwaukee because it runs at an angle. It could serve both west and north. So here's Kinzie. Yeah, I want to get a view. So some other time we'll walk over there. We might see it when we cross the highway. There's the new construction there on Kinzie there. They got the crane. Vista property. I'll look that up and I'll see if there's a rendering of what it's going to look like. I don't know how tall it's supposed to be. Here's the Pickens and Kane. Pickens and Kane, Allied Vans lines, moving and storage, Pickens and Kane. So we often film the Reby moving and storage there in Lincoln Park, the Egyptian revival place. This is probably a competitor. Pickens and Kane there, moving and storage, Allied van lines. They're right here. And yeah, let's head up Milwaukee here. They got some nice murals here. We're gonna see some nice street art murals on the buildings, and we're gonna see some good storefronts and maybe a few Halloween decorations. There's that Salvation Army Tower. The radical left lunatics. Yeah, I'm part of the lunatic fringe of American FM here. Yeah, I'm a crazy here. Welcome to the land of the fruits and the nuts. No, that's California, not Chicago. Here's, seems like the whole world's gone sideways. I mean, that's kind of rich for MAGA to call us crazy. We see how MAGA acts. We all act, the libs act crazy, MAGA acts crazy. We're crazy on both sides. We got fanatics. We got fanatics on both sides yelling at each other. I think they'd rather have the right and left fight each other because the billionaires at the top just laugh and they take all the money as they have the police. They sick the police on us. They'll put us in corporate jails. No matter, the administration will bounce from the left to the right. We'll elect further extremes to the left, further extremes to the right, until we just fall off the earth there and everybody's in jail. But the stock market will still go up and everybody, and we'll still complain. At least I'll complain. That's what it's all about. Here's the the Salvation Army's up this way. There, look at that Salvation Army tower there. Look at that beautiful water tower, the Salvation Army. And I got a rerun of that building. If you want to see that, message me, the Salvation Army. I filmed that because we fear too that maybe someday a developer will buy up that building instead of converting it to housing. We'll tear it down. It'll be cheaper to tear it down and build a luxury high-rise. Yeah, look at these murals here. Hey, the 48ers. Look at these beautiful murals here. This is Union, Milwaukee, and Hubbard. This is Hubbard Street. See, we're going to get some nice skyline views as we back out of it. But we're going to see more storefronts, buildings like these, more human scale buildings as we head up through West Town, and we're going to go to Wicker Park here. Yeah, I'm on to them. I know the stock market's not the economy, and we know this. You know why? The government shut down, and we went to the all-time highs today. And the inflation number, even though it's 3%, which is not good, since it was below 1.1%, the algos bought it up because that's what they're programmed to do. And everybody's in cahoots, and Trump will say a secret word and they'll sell one day and then they'll buy that dip. That's what happened with the tariffs. Everybody panicked and sold, including me, and then they bought the dip, and now we're at the all-time highs because Scott Besson had a closed-door meeting. This is documented in the Wall Street Journal. And they all said, hey, nobody sell. Wait till Trump negotiates the trade deal with Xi, which is this weekend. Is it a coincidence that we're hitting the all-time highs so he can walk there with bluster and say, hey, make me a deal, you know? And we'll see how it goes. There's Richard's Bar. Look at Richard's Bar. Who knows Richard's Bar? Who knows what you can do in Richard's Bar that you can almost can't do in any other bar in Chicago? Check it out. It has two sides to it. It goes here. See, it's an angle. This used to be Emmett's, and now it's called the Pearl Club. It's called the Pearl Club. We've gone inside there too. But there's Richard's Bar. I speak in the door. They don't want me live streaming in there, and I'm not going to blow their cover. Here's the Roost chicken biscuits. This is new to me. Look how they painted this. Look how nice this corner storefront is here. Now we're at Grand Halsted and Milwaukee here. There's the Blue Line Grand Stop, take you to O'Hare. Go the other way, you go to Forest Park. Across the street here, and I'll show you these murals. But here's the six-way intersection here. Halsted, Milwaukee, and Grand Avenue. There's a great view. Look at the Roost. Look at the Roost chicken and biscuits here. I like how they painted that. Look how nice that looks. Let's check that out there. Now you got the skyline. Hey, look at the Sears Tower there. That's why they used Emmett. There's the 8 Halsted bus. They used Emmett's in the first Ocean's, or the Ocean's 11 that came out in, you know, around 2000 there. The first, you know, there was an Ocean's 11 older movie. But they use this exact scene right here because you see, you get the Emmett's there, the Loop of Chicago. There's the Sears Tower, and this is looking down Milwaukee here at Halsted. So here, let's go this way. There's the Grand Avenue stop on the Blue Line. Thanks, welcome to Chicago. Here we're on Milwaukee Avenue. We're heading up towards Wicker Park, but we're not there yet. We're in Westtown, Tennessee. Gene, how you doing there? Jackie's tuning in. See, you got the Divvy bikes here. D-I-V-V-Y, it's not P. Diddy, it's D-I-V-V. Who came up with that name? It was like the last domain name left on the internet, with next to Xeralto. What are we going to call this drug? X, Y, Z, R, B, Q, R. We'll come up with some funny cartoon character to sell it. And then the side effects will be 3 minutes long reading it off. Take this. It cures and it helps with anxiety, but what are the side effects? Well, suicide, you know, your arm might fall off, but hey, you'll be happy while it happens. Look, that's looking back to the West Loop. Utah, Shelly, how you doing there? Yeah, Utah. I saw they have out in the salt flats there, they got some interesting artwork. They have these big round concrete hoops, like short culverts, but they line them up with the sun, so it's like a Stonehenge type thing. And you see the sunsets are pretty dramatic. We've been seeing some dramatic sunsets. Here comes the Coco. So I often film these robots invading Uber Eats here. Now watch, if I get in front of it, it'll stop. Let's see, let's test it out here. Let's get it. Oh, come on, you want to play chicken, Coco? What are you doing here? See, we're dancing around. Now watch, it'll go again. I messed it up. And see how it's sensed, and it's making sure I'm not messing with it. People mess with it. People try to sit on them, and no harm done, no party foul. I just wanted to make sure it was working. There's the Coco delivering your cannabis there. Someone's getting their medicine. It's a cooler on wheels, roaming around delivering stuff. Mostly it's food. Mostly it's like food from restaurants, you know, and it keeps it warm there. Hey, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, we're living in the future. 2025. We don't have flying cars, but we have little coolers that drive around your food. The world's getting weird. There's the view back to the Streeterville skyline. So what we're crossing here, this is the extension to get to River North from the Kinzie Expressway. You can also go to Dan Ryan if you go south. And this is how people get out of, that's why all those people are on our lanes there, and it lines up with Ohio and Ontario streets. That's why everybody is on Ontario Street trying to get out of the city. Hurry up, it's getting dark. We got to get to the suburbs. It's Judgment Day. Hey, there's the Metro. Look at that. So here's the Metro. Heading out of Ogilvy there. Yeah, look at that. K-N-O-N-A-U. Kenona? How you say that? That's nice. Yeah, so the Coco robot that we just saw, that red cooler on wheels, it delivers food. It's called Uber Eats. I'm sure you're probably familiar with something called Uber Eats in America. Uber is like a taxi service like Lyft, and you coordinate with the phone app. Same with Uber Eats. It's restaurants. So if you want to order food from Taco Smell, whatever participates there, they put it in that Coco, comes up, they put the bag in there, goes to your house. It notifies when you come out the door. You got a code. You punch in the code, it pops open, you get your food out. It's all on your phone. I'm sure that's how the tip's done. The question is, do you tip the robot? Do you feel bad if you don't give the robot a tip? Does the robot pay taxes? Can the robot vote? Does the corporation have to pay taxes on the robot like an employee tax? People are all worried about undocumented migrants or illegal immigrants. I'm using both terms to contrast both sides of the parties, how they phrase the issue. People are worried about immigrants taking their job. Coco's taking somebody's job. There's somebody that would ride a bike or drive a car to deliver that. That robot is taking somebody's job. Where's the populist anger? Why are the people that are worried about the undocumented migrants from south of the border, why aren't they just as angry about Coco taking their job? Because Coco's far more likely to take your job, or a job you'd be willing to do, like sit in a car and drive around all day instead of being in the hot sun picking tomatoes, back-breaking work. Why can't they invent a Coco to pick the tomatoes? Riddle me that. So here we are, Sangamon Street. Sangamon pretty much goes north-south through the West Loop there. But we're in West Town. This is Milwaukee Avenue here. And we're heading up towards Wicker Park to look for Halloween decorations. Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, just right, a 4-lane street. Well, this bike lane is well used. Here, look how it protects the bike lane, or the biker, from the traffic. There is parking. There is parking there. They put the bike lane inside the parking. And when I moved to Chicago in 1999, I've lived here for over half my life. These bike lanes weren't here. There was no bike lanes anywhere. I used to ride a bike on all these streets in the early 2000s. There were no bike lanes. You know, in some ways I see what you mean. Some ways there was a way the streets functioned that way. It was people could pull over for the taxi. There's positive and negatives to this. I'd rather use this as a biker, but I know the cars don't like it. But share the road. There's room for all of us. We got buses. We got a subway. There's a subway under this street. Here comes the ambulance. Let's check this ambulance out. Hey, General Hospital. See, we needed some sirens in your life. There, 42. Number 42. Hey, the Dandy Crown, cocktails and beer. Look at that. Never trust the tasting. What? Never trust the living. I don't know. Oh, that's what. Hey, they got some Halloween decorations. Hey, we got some Halloween decorations here at the Dandy Crown there. There's the big skeleton. Make sure there's no bikes coming here. Yeah, look at this murals here. You can't spell truth without Ruth. Wow, Ruth Bader Ginsburg here. Look at these nice murals here. Yeah, and these children that you spit on as they try to change their world are immune to your consultations. They're quite aware of what they're going through. You know David Bowie there. He's going through changes. Turn, dun, dun. Wake up, America. Wake up. If not us, then who? If not now, then when? John Lewis. I no longer accept the things I cannot change. I change the things I cannot accept. There you go. That's a different serenity prayer. Let's get Congress to pray that. So here, oh, every time you see, so here, welcome to Chicago, welcome to Milwaukee Avenue. We're at Huron and Milwaukee here. Look at this beautiful Erie LaSalle body shop, this housing here. Anytime you see one of these, it's a sad occurrence. This was somebody riding a bike lost their life here. This is a bike memorial. You see a white bicycle, usually decorated, and sometimes, yeah, they got a picture. Here he is. Look at that. Poor guy. Here it is. Let's see. In memory of Sam Bell. Passionate love. 2022. He was only 34. Man. But hey. Thanks everybody that gave me a message there from Sarah Howard, the 1 year anniversary, or we're past the 1 year anniversary. She passed earlier in the month, and I just got I got the 1 year of me posting that. I said, well, we got to do it again, keep her memory alive. She was a great moderator and a great person. She was a great person. I was honored and happy to know her through. And that's when I realized that, you know, at first I didn't take any of this seriously. I still am amazed that it's real human connection. You know, it kind of freaked me out because I've lived alone most of my life. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I'm the urban alienation. We all experience it. I live in a city of millions of people, and now through this social media experiment we've done, people say hello in the street. We talk to business owners and people in different neighborhoods, people in different social organizations, cultural organizations. We've met politicians, and we go to churches. I've learned so much history about the city, and thanks to everybody for motivating me to get out and do this. We do simple, you know, mindless things like look at Halloween and Christmas decorations. Sometimes that's the best part, just kind of being in the moment, enjoying this reality we share. And it's free to walk down the street, as I often say. You know, this is a form of entertainment. We're milking the city, just experiencing. I remember one time on cable TV, I ran across, there was a cable TV channel for dogs where it was like this level. It was like they were looking at fire hydrants and looking at the bush here, and this was what it was, and it was the dog's perspective of walking through the city. So someone could do that. You know, they put the camera on the cats, and that's fun to watch too. You can see cats going to the cars. There's St. Paul Cantius. That's a Polish style cathedral, or Polish cathedral style church there, and we've taken a peek inside. I need to go back over there. We'll come back over here. I want to get up to, it's getting dark here. We'll head up, check out Halloween decorations there. Yeah, they stopped and say hello. Thanks for subscribing there, Timothy. Appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of this here. Yeah, join the community here. You'll meet a lot of cool people. And there, Gangnam Market, G-A-N-G. It's like Gangnam style. There's the Gangnam Market right there. But there's St. John Cantius here. We're in West Town. Yeah, look at these sticks. The bamboo clay. It's the Matchbox. Here's the Matchbox. Matchbox is this little tiki bar. It's really narrow. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? That's good. The Matchbox. Hey, how you doing? That's good. See, look, the Matchbox. It's really narrow, and in the back there's a little bitty narrow bathroom. The Matchbox. Yeah, here it is. There's how you doing? Hello, the Matchbox. How you doing? Thanks for saying hello. Hey, I love this place. It's just. Is your name Brian? I'm Brian, really Chicago. Thanks for saying hello. Yeah, the Matchbox.
You want to do a shot? Come on in.
I would love to. I'm gonna go up and film some Halloween decorations. I like your decorations there with the disco ball. That's good. But thank you. I appreciate it. I'll come back.
Oh, just so you can wait.
I'll come back. I don't drink anymore, but I would love to because I used to spend a lot of time. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So hey, see, friends and neighbors, the Matchbox. That's case in point. Look, I feel like Norm. I open the door and they're like, Brian. Yeah. Here's where everybody knows your name. Look at all these socialists. The whole world's gone socialist here. 2025 Marxist schools. Look, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. Look at that. Ah. Yeah. You see that? Yeah, the Matchbox. I used to drink fine Kentucky bourbon there. They have a little narrow bathroom. It's just like a little sliver of a building. Here's the Big Shoulders coffee. Here's the Blue Line. This is the Blue Line Chicago stop. It goes to O'Hare. Look at that nice view you get to the John Hancock. Let's zoom in there. You can there. There it is. So look, St. John Cantius. There's a school for the performing arts there. It's Chicago School for the Creative Performing Arts. It's Chicago's version of the Fame School. I'm sure you heard of the Fame movie, the one in the 70s, and then there was one they made recently, Fame. That's Chicago's Fame right there. Look at that nice view. Back to the One Chicago Tower, straight down Chicago Avenue. Look at that. We got to get that. We got to zoom in here. Hold on 1 second. Here, I'm zooming in here. So there's the One Chicago Tower looking straight down Chicago Avenue. Look, that's how a tall tower should look. Look at that. Very nice. So hey, we'll keep on going here. Hey, fire department. Number 14, truck 19, ambulance 53. Thanks to all the firefighters, first responders. Seeing murals here, Milwaukee Avenue. Those bros. Hey, they got a bench here. Hey, the Matchbox. Yeah, see this grates for the Blue Line. Yeah, I'm trying to file it all. My brain leaks. You know, we do the best we can. Sometimes I say the wrong thing. I don't notice it until the reruns. I'm like, oh, I gotta edit that out. I've been saying 2024 a lot lately instead of 2025. I'm still stuck the wrong date. Or I'll be like one day off. Like I'll say like today's the 24th. I'll say today's the 23rd. I'll be like one day off. Here's look, 1884. I like when they put the dates when the buildings were built on the cornice there. 1884. So hey, that's when this was developed, 1884, after the Great Chicago Fire. I don't think this area burnt in the Great Chicago Fire. It was more to the northeast from here. But the city probably quickly spread out this area when it quickly rebuilt, and they used this land to develop it. Here's Elston. Elston goes all the way up to Avondale, and for points beyond Elston, it cuts off here from Milwaukee. Yeah, it's Saturday. You're already past midnight. I often tell people, yeah, in the evenings, like people tuning in from Australia, New Zealand, it's already Saturday, but it's already Saturday for May in London, in England there. The UK. River West, that's what they call this. We're almost, once we cross this bridge, I start calling it Wicker Park. But it's really not Wicker Park until you go north of Division, right? Yeah. See, you hear that? That's the Blue Line. That's the Blue Line subway. Just went underneath us. Milwaukee Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. 6:10 in the PM. Saturday. Tomorrow. I saw Deotalk. Deotalk is back in Europe. He was like in Italy. He was in Asia for like a long time, and now he just lives abroad. Isn't that amazing? He's living the dream there. Here's another. There's the second. See, this is why you see how dangerous this strip was. We've already encountered 2 bike memorials within blocks of each other. I don't know if this one has a plaque. I don't see a plaque, but it's well decorated. It's been here for a while. Man, they got ghost bikes. 800 North Halstead there, yeah. Yeah, Wicker Park. You're supposed to see some nightlife. Yeah, I don't know if they cross twice. I know Elston breaks off there and runs at a slider angle, kind of closer to the river. Milwaukee heads straight northwest. Now, why do these streets exist? Especially Milwaukee, Clark Street the same way. They were old Native American trails. Clark especially, it followed, like that's why you go further north, it becomes Ridge Road. It followed the ridge. There was a low ridge between the Lake Michigan and what flowed into the North Branch of Chicago River. And this was a plank road. This was a plank road that ran diagonally. They ran it straight diagonally. And there was the Green Bay Road, and I don't know what they called this one. But I guess that's why I call it Milwaukee. Eventually it would, yeah, you're right. Eventually it has to angle and head north towards Milwaukee. So I guess they probably do cross miles up that way. We'll have to look on a map. Here's the Salt Dome. We're going to cross the Kennedy Expressway. But this is the one that goes to O'Hare, 9094. And there's a nice view of the skyline here, but I got to get it. I'll raise the stick and I'll have to get above the fence. The traffic's moving okay. They are still doing construction further towards O'Hare on the Kennedy Expressway here in Chicago, Illinois. Roadster, yeah. Yeah, Joel and Ed Music, what's happening there? Yeah, many diagonal streets. Yeah, Ogden runs the other way. Ogden used to go to Lincoln Park, but they took it out. You had that causeway. Yeah, and there's Vincennes on the south. We've been on Vincennes. Yeah, there's a lot of diagonal streets. Oh, look at that. We missed that. So look under that sign. So let's zoom in here. So, hey, welcome to Chicago. We're heading up Milwaukee Avenue. I just caught this nice view. So news, politics, and culture. Don't look at the man up on the billboard. Look at the beautiful skyline there. Look at the John Hancock to the One Chicago Tower. They're getting the last rays of the sun there. Look at that. Here's the Salt Dome. It's not the Salt Dome Salt Shed. The Salt Shed's the music venue. That's the Morton Salt. That's up Elston. If we go up Elston, I rode a bike up there. We need to go by the Salt Shed sometime. See the Morton Salt Girl. Monday to Friday, yeah. We stream all the time. Thanks, May, for spreading the word there. I mainly stream like walking to work, walking home. At lunchtime, we walk through the loop like we did today. I'm glad some of that footage, I lost, it cut out a little bit when we went in the wind truss there, but we were able to see a little bit of how impressive that lobby is next to the Board of Trade. So look at this thing. They built a big distribution facility there. It looks like a giant parking garage, so trucks can go up there and stuff, but it's a big distribution. And we think Jeremy has a theory that they're going to fly drones from O'Hare there to deliver stuff, but I don't know. And hey, look at this view. So here, let me raise the stick here. So, hey, look at this great view of the Chicago skyline. Let me zoom in a little bit. There's the Sears Tower. Look, this is looking southeast on Milwaukee Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. We got October the 24th, 2025. Got 6:15 in the PM there. Look at that view over to the One Chicago Tower and the John Hancock. that. We'll go back here. We'll go around. This is West Town. You go further west, it's Ukrainian Village. There's the Polish museums over here. There's another church. There's a lot of Polish Catholic churches over here. Historically, like that's Saint Stanislaus over there. I think that's Saint Stanislaus. I'm pretty sure. And the highway wraps around it. They were going to tear it down to build this highway, but they fortunately kept it. Very Milwaukee Avenue. Look at this traffic. It's always harrowing. It's the endless flow of traffic. The endless flow. Yeah, 49 degrees is pretty chilly. I'm wearing a heavier jacket. But here, the Polish Museum of America. We have to check that out. Polish Roman Catholic Union of America. How you doing? Here's yeah, the Polish Museum of America right here. It's 984 North Milwaukee, Chicago, Illinois 60642. Yeah, well, wait. See, it's really hard to cross here. So they're gonna let us go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They let us go. Thank you. Hey, you gonna play? And Napoleon Dynamite want to play that. There you go. Well, here it is. The Polish Museum of America here. 984 North Milwaukee, Chicago, Illinois. Hey, watch out for the broken glass. Don't run barefoot. Here, let's get across the street here. We got a few seconds here. See, look, the traffic comes on. It's really harrowing. Wherever you go, there's a car chasing you down. You always got to run to get across. That woman in the carriage had to run, get across the street. Look at that. Look at this terracotta here. But hey, we got a beautiful... Look at that beautiful sunset over there. Wow. So hey, Milwaukee here. We got the magic hour. We'll head up towards the Triangle Square here. Now I'll try to be safe. It's hard to be safe in Trump's America. It's either the criminals are going to get you, or the people from the government with masks are going to get you. You get attacked by the government trying to save you from the people attacking you, trying to attack the government from attacking the government, the people attacking the people that are attacking the government. And who knows who's who, and they're like, trust us. We're like, who are you? Don't worry about that, but trust us. Why you got out-of-state license plate? Don't worry about that. Why you carrying guns around kids? You can trust us. Did the government vet you? Did you pass the test? Did they give you a bunch of books on the wall like encyclopedias so you could look up the answers, and still 30% of the people fail the test, but they still give them a vest and say, go out there, do your patriotic duty. This is the best land grab since Custer. Go out there and just round them up. America has a great history to be proud of. We'll alter all the history books to cut it out so we don't have to feel guilty about it, or as long as we can go to Disney World and create some fake memories. That's what it's all about. So there, yeah, this is Noble Street. Noble Street's great. We've walked down Noble Street. I need to do it again. You can see the streets below the streets, the raised streets, not the streets below the streets, the raised streets along Noble, because it's near the river there. And this is West Town, Milwaukee and Noble Street. Yeah, there's the Holy Trinity. I think that's the Holy Trinity Church. They got a holy relic there too. That's beautiful. We'll have to check that out sometime. I had a rerun on my original count in there. I think I went in there again. I need to recreate that. It's beautiful. It's another Polish style cathedral here, and we're almost to Wicker Park here. We got 6:20. World Series is going to start in 40 minutes there. Yeah, set your TiVo. You keep me up to date on the score there. They doing the big opening ceremonies. There's Joe Buck there, hamming for the camera, having his smolder on. He's got his smolder. Joe Buck smoldering into the camera there. Bob Costas there. They bring out all the Olympic caliber announcers for the World Series. Bob Costel, who remembers, did I say his name right? What happened to Tom Brenneman? Oh, his dad, Marty Brenneman, we saw they had a statue there in Cincinnati. We were down there. Hey, look, here's the Frontier. We're at the Frontier. Look at this nice cast iron. Is this cast iron? Yeah, the Frontier here. Nice bar. Yeah. Kind of a Wild West theme here. Yeah, come to the Frontier. Milwaukee. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. If it bleeds, it leads. I mean, there's a lot of videos going on about the ice rage right now, and it's hard to watch. I mean, it just drives you nuts. They're not showing it on the regular TV, how bad it is. It's worse. It's worse. And you know, it's kind of chaos, you know. It's kind of organized chaos. There are a bunch of people yelling at each other, blowing whistles. I mean, we'll see if we encounter anything here. I mean, it's not going to be where I walk, because I walk in all these gentrified areas because I'm the gentrifier. I'm the people that ruined Chicago. I admit it. I grew up in Indiana. I moved here in 1999. That's when everybody else moved out that grew up here, and the people that couldn't move out stayed, and that's who's here now. We're supporting each other here. I think the city's having a sister soldier moment there. We're in solidarity. Have some empathy here for our friends and neighbors here. But here, we'll stay positive here. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Polish Film Festival in America. Look at that. Look at this artwork. Milwaukee. Yeah, we'll go by the Cheshire Cat. See, there's art. This thing, it's like a collectibles. Yeah, it's like a gaming place. Spellbound games. Yeah, if you like, there's a lot of interesting shops. My cousin Matthew, he loves all this stuff. He's into anime. Yeah, I'm Brian Really Chicago. How you doing? Thanks for saying hello. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's very nice. Hey, that's great. See, she heard my voice. Yeah, I got to tell her I'm on YouTube. See, I ruined my brand there because I had to change platforms here. TikTok. But yeah, Deo Talk was streaming in Italy. Anybody follow Deo Talk? He used to stream in Brooklyn, in New York City, like Manhattan. He was amazing. When he was in New York City, I miss it because no one knew what he was doing. He was doing it like 2022, 2023, like right at the beginning. He probably, I don't know if he did it on Twitch. I think Dan did, but he would just like go to like Penn Station, and he would just like shove the camera in somebody's face. He's like, "Look at these people! What are you doing?" And they didn't even like know he was filming them. And he would just he would film like the Empire State Building. He's like, "Look at it from this angle. Now look at it from this angle." You know, and he would go to Billionaires Road. He's like, "Look, there's all these billionaires, and all the storefronts are empty. And it looked like this, like it was." 59th Street, right next to Central Park, where all those super tall buildings are.
Brian, really?
Yeah, Brian Really Chicago.
Nice.
How you doing? Hey, thanks.
Are you live right now?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Is that okay? Or
Yeah,
you want to say hello? You want to give a shout out?
What's up?
Hey, that's good. Well, hey, thanks for saying hello. Have a good night. Yeah, Milwaukee Avenue here. Yeah, friends and neighbors. Yeah, see, good. So look, is this new? They got the very shiny cladding here. Look at that. It's good. Hey, my reputation precedes it here. How you doing? Yeah, cool people here. Wicker Park. There, look at that cool dog. That's a cool dog there. Wolf. Got the crown. Yeah, Basquiat. Look at this. Look at that. Yeah. That's the king of the jungle there. Veterinary clinic. This is a veterinary clinic. What is this? Wicker Park Veterinary Clinic. WickerParkVet.com. There it is. Hey, that's a nice place there. Was this got the Cheshire Cat? Yeah, this has the Cheshire Cat. So we're up here by Division in Milwaukee. Here's the Cheshire Cat. Look at that. Isn't that a nice mural? It's on Milwaukee here, Milwaukee Avenue in Chicago. And that's confusing. It's right across from this big housing tower. And you can see this from all around. Hey, all you can eat. $29.99. That's a good deal. All you can eat there. Is it sushi? Yeah, sushi. People's Law Office. So they used to call this the Polish downtown. This used to be the Polish downtown in Chicago one time here in North Milwaukee. Or this is Division, Milwaukee, and Ashland. We're by Ashland here. So here we're crossing to this triangle park here. Got 5 seconds. Is anybody making a left? They're coming to get me. But here, look at that beautiful sunset. That's looking west on Division. That goes to Humboldt Park. Goes right through under the Puerto Rican flags. You go that way, both of them. So they built this about 15 years ago. And there's the Chopin Theater. Is that what they call that? The Chopin Theater? Yeah. And here's, they already boarded up the fountain. Huh. Yeah, the old evil nightclub. But here, there's a Blue Line subway stop right here at Division. And that's beautiful in there. That's an old bank building. There was like a Walgreens or CVS or something there, but it says Hidden Gem. I don't know if you can get inside there now. That's a beautiful old bank building there here. And yeah, which way are we gonna go here? We'll cross this way. This is a nice block here. They used to have like a painting or a mural on there, but they changed that. They took it off. Here's the Wigs Plus. Let's check out the Wigs Plus here. Yeah, I want to see the wigs. So here, look at the pulling up the grates here. Wigs Plus, right next to the Food Mart. The Food Mart. Hey, you get your wigs here. Look at that. Hey, they got the disco ball. You can get some Halloween costumes here. Hey, Harley Quinn. The old cell phones. Yeah, who's scared? Who's a bunch of scaredy cats? You know, it's just an urban environment. I mean, you get used to it. You know, it's just, look, people riding bikes. You just gotta, hey, popping a wheelie there. There you go. Yeah, very nice. Halloween. See? Welcome to the big bad city. Here we are, Milwaukee Avenue. We'll go up. A lot of nice furniture stores this way. Look at the mums. Yeah, ornamental cabbage, kale. You get hungry, you can just make a salad. Make some slaw. Yeah, Jessica, walking through, you know, it takes longer, but hey, you get to stop and talk to people at the Matchbox on the way, you know. It's fun times. Fun times in the city. Dispatch. New album. I'll have to cut that out because you'll never see the more depressed look on it, because I used to have that same look. If I was them sitting at the bar and somebody like me peered in there, like, you're like, come in and have a drink. You know, when I was drinking, I would have sat there, the bartender give me a free drink. Of course I'd go in there and drink it and stay there probably half the night. And but the sad look on their faces when I'm like, I don't drink anymore. And they were like, oh, like, you know, they feel, they're just like, oh, we feel so bad for you. It must be pathetic. I'm like, nah, you get used to it after a while. I like not being hungover every morning and being able to remember stuff. I'm doing this drunk. I'm doing the drunk live streaming. You know, they do the drunk history. I guess it's just the same, you know. I'm not saying I don't do gummies and stuff, you know. I'm glad I'm on YouTube, because now I get to be like, oh, look, there's a head shop. Yeah, I'll have to remember where that's at. We'll do a whole compendium. We'll create a subgenre here. Here's extra space storage. I didn't say I've been sober this whole time. Just haven't drank alcohol. There's a difference. Hey, the bodega Vintage, Wicker Park Dental Studio. Yeah, I just read out the names. I'm like the yellow pages of Streetwalking. I'm like, oh look, there's a hardware store. No, it's Pet Supplies. Pet Supplies Plus. There you go. Look at the size of the pet stores in the city. That's a big industry. There's a lot. How many dogs live in Chicago? What's the dog population of the metropolitan Chicago, including the suburbs? I bet it's 1 million dogs. I bet 1 million dogs are pooping right now in Chicagoland, having to use the restroom, making yellow snow. Hey, Chengdu impression coming soon. Chicago Pickle Eatery. Chicago Pickle Eatery. Hey, we have to come back and check that out. Is that what that says? Look at that. Chicago Pickle Eatery. Lucas Cafe and Dessert Bar. We'll have to check that out. They're combining ice cream with pickles. Here's the Joe Osco. This used to be a Kmart. Now it's a Lowe's. Huh. Look at that. There's the, see, affordable furniture and carpet there. A lot of furniture stores. Milwaukee Avenue, Falafel and Grill. Paulina. We're Paulina Street. And Milwaukee here. Let's get across. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Here's, there's the sports bar here. The Standard Bar and Grill. Falafel. Milwaukee Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Got 6:32 in the PM here, about 49 degrees. Smile Society Orthodontics. Copy Max. Look at this place. Coco Rococo. Coco Rococo. What is this? I like it. Yeah, they got some like vintage clothes. I think it's vintage clothes here. Milwaukee. Yeah, I like the purple alien. Hey, you get some rings here. They got the Furby Royal Family cards. Get your lighters. What is that? Cafe Mustache. Yeah, I like this place. How you doing?
Brian?
Yeah, Brian, really Chicago. How you doing? Yeah. Thank you. How you doing? What's happening?
That voice anywhere, Brian.
That's good.
I am your biggest
Thank
fan.
you.
I watch you every day.
Thank you. Thanks for saying hello. I
She's
appreciate
visiting
it.
from Mississippi.
Mississippi. That's great.
On live, and he shows people in the city of Chicago.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing it. What is this store? Is this like vintage clothing? Or? That's good. I like it. So you're checking it
Sorry,
out.
Brian. I didn't mean to come on.
That's good. No, it's good. This is great. We'll cut this out. And thanks for saying hello. I appreciate it. That's good. Have a good night. Very nice. Yeah, see? Now I know what it is. And see, look, it helps me out because I'm like, what is this place? I'm filming it. I'm like trying to figure it out. See, we all help each other out here. It's good when we're part of a team. Hey, Mississippi. I bet she's having a good time. I used to do that. That's how I came to Chicago. I'd come from the country, visit my friends from college who were living up here. I'd say, oh, I'd like to live here. How do we make it work? You got to get a job. I know I didn't mean to go off on somebody today at lunch. It's just people are like, they're like talking about. The last thing I want to think about is my job or getting a job for somebody else, because I'm trying to get to the point where I don't have to have a job. But that the government might make that possible as longer as this goes. Hey, at least the stock market went up. We got that going for us. It smells like burnt leaves, the good kind. Here, look at this furniture store. So, high style furniture. We got some high styling furniture here. Wow, look at this couch. That is comfortable. I would like to cuddle on that. There, you get your bed, your boudoir. How you doing? So, yeah, heading up Milwaukee here. We're in the real city now. Here's, but this area is gentrified too. It was gentrified even in the 90s, and people were like, you should have saw it in the 70s. You know, it was like, and people in Humboldt Park are like, you should have, you know, it's just like, or, you know, Cabrini Green was still here when I moved here. It's totally different now. It's amazing. Here's Harold's Chicken. Harold's Chicken. I smell it. Harold's Chicken here on Milwaukee Avenue. These are all over the city. A lot of them on the south and west side, but here's a Harold's Chicken here on the northwest side here, Milwaukee Avenue. There's the Emporium Arcade and Bar, sour dumplings and more. And yeah, Milwaukee. Alice Cooper. Here, look, you get the hand chair. You sit in a hand chair with the thumb. You put your drink right there. See, there's all these transit tees. There's all these vintage clothing stores here. Very hipster area of the city here. Transit tees. You get your rat. There's the rat. North side. Who would wear that? I'd be ashamed to wear that. I'm always people are like, go to the south side, go to the west side. Like I'm a yuppie north sider here. That's, if you wear a Cubs hat, it's what you're saying, you know. Here's hey, look at this. See, reading the signs in the window here. Hey, Deep Purple. This is called Volumes. So, hey, we're getting close to the Halloween decorations. It's finally starting to get dark. Thanks for being on here, checking out Milwaukee Avenue. Hey, here's the Reckless Records. They're all over the city too. There's one downtown. This is the Reckless Records here on Milwaukee here. Hey, look at the red towers of the Sears Tower there. Look at that. It's too much light pollution. Hey, Reckless Records here, Milwaukee Avenue. Hey, what is this? Piano bar. Davenport's. Yeah, Davenport's is a piano bar. I remember sometimes the windows or the doors will be open. Davenport's. Nobody's in there. It's too early. Hey, restaurants here. Look at that. Yeah. So this is called Ollie Star. Ollie Star here, the restaurant. Oh, look at the art galleries here. 1389. What's it called? The Jackson Junge Gallery. Hey, get your fine art here. There's some fine art there. I'm a man. That was from the Memphis March there. Hey, here's this big artwork here, this glass block. Let's check out this bar over here. Hey, thanks for helping out with the time there, Jackie. How you doing there, Doreen? Jordan, Diane, yeah, Jazz Martinis. Look at this place. NMA Tavern. Who's gone to the NMA Tavern? There's a Hebrew Brantley mural. Hey, look at that water tower. Here's NMA Tavern. This is Wicker Park. We're like at Wood or something. And just off of Milwaukee here. Come in, we're open. Look at this great bar. Look, it's decorated nice. Look at the ceiling here. You got skeletons. Yeah. Happy Halloween, everybody here. Yeah, we're gonna see some beautiful housing here in a second. So bear with me here. We'll cross the street here. Here's the Hebrew Brantley mural here. He's famous Flyboys here. And here we'll head around. Lots of lights. How old's my landlord? I don't know. I don't know who my landlord is. I just send the money and they let me live there. You know. Maybe it goes to you. Maybe you're my landlord. Here's our community's most loved products. Okay. But here, that's where the blue line comes out of the subway. And we might hear it will go up to North Milwaukee and Damon here. Hey, Floyd's. Get the smoothies there. Sweeping up. Hey, the vape. Let's see. Oops. Hey, get your bubble tea, uni. Hey, riding the bike. At night. Cumin. Indian cuisine there, okay. Academy. Solis Salon Studios. Studio. Hey, look at this. Wow, very nice. Vintage Goods Demolition Collective. Demolition Collective here in Milwaukee. A lot of vintage shops here. Hey, here we go. Yeah, this is more vintage. Designer vintage here. How you doing? Yeah, Devil Dogs. They're all over the city here. What is this? Get your Chicago style dog there. Look, putting mustard on himself, wrapped in the flag. What do we got here? MADC Burger. What is that? MACD. Milwaukee, 1433 Milwaukee. Here, more vintage clothing here. They got shoes and everything. Yeah, this place, Supreme. There you go. Hang out with Andy Warhol there. Go ahead. Yeah. There it is, the Supreme. I always want to get that screen there. There, I'm mesmerized by the screen there. It's like you're in the holodeck there. I feel like I'm skateboarding right now. Be a lot cooler if we did. Look at that. Okay, so Artemio's Bakery, cakes for all occasions. Every occasion, imagine the possibilities. They got the cake for every occasion here. Artemio's Bakery here, Milwaukee Avenue. There's the phone number. Yeah, look at they got. See, they put the cookies in the little, you know, the little drawers there. Keep them fresh, humid. Arby's. Hey, look at that. There's some nice Tacombe. There's the 56 bus. Milwaukee Avenue. Pleasant Chest. We got to say hello to our friend Conrad over. He gave me a cake here one time, and Opie's Bakery's doing well. We need to promote his culinary skills there. Here's the Ragstock. Ragstock, they're all over. There's one over on Belmont. More vintage clothing here. Vintage means it's expensive. Here's top drawer. If you want, I prefer to shop at the Salvation Army or Goodwill for my vintage, and I feel like I'm really recycling more. But that's just my. I'm not a good role model here. Here's the Swig. Here's the Swig here on Milwaukee Avenue. I've hung out with Charles Barkley too long. Here's the Bongo Room. Bunny Bar Pilates. Hey, is that World Series game started yet? No, 6:43. Here's the round two. We filmed the guy painting that mural. The artist there. That was like 2 years ago. Here's the round two here. It's a shoe store right here in Chicago. Look at the shoes. Round two. Wow, look at this place. That's a nice bike. Jenny's Ice Cream, Milwaukee Avenue. Hey Casper, how you doing there? Feel good here? Yeah, Ed Music. The Swig? Have you gone to the Swig? Anita, what's happening? Not yet. Yep, it's not started yet. You're right. I think it starts at 7 o'clock. World Series Game 1 starts tonight. LA Dodgers against the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto. Here comes the train. They'll get the L train coming by here, the CTA train. Look at that. Hey, this is an excellent way to segue to this. So hey, welcome to Chicago. Here we are on Milwaukee Avenue. And right here, I'm pretty sure that blue line just went by. This building here, this was used in the movie High Fidelity. And it's where Jack Black was the, worked in the record store there. And that's kind of one of his breakout roles there with John Cusack. High Fidelity, is that right? They filmed that in Wicker Park. Look, you can look down to the Sears Tower. This is looking south on Milwaukee Avenue. It's very eerie. It looks like Sauron's Tower there. Look at the Sears Tower. We walked all the way from that area, and now we're up here. We'll head up to North Milwaukee and Damon, and we'll go look for Halloween decorations. Hey, clothes. We got clothes. I've never seen so many clothes shops here now. There's more vintage clothes shops than ever. It's all right here. There's the Exchange. See, look at this. They got shoes. I mean, this is like high-end stuff. I mean, this is like Oak Street. You know, look at that. Look at these shoes. Look at this. It's better than the mall. Here's hey, try our ice cream waffles there. Yeah. Hey, Wicker Park here, Milwaukee Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. 59 degrees. No, 49 degrees. It's getting chilly. People are getting their hats out. Yeah, a lot of bikes. That's why I use the divvy bikes, because you know, if somebody steals a divvy bike, we'll just get another one. And that's why I rent cars, because you know, somebody wrecks into it, we'll just get another one. Here, how you doing? Helps the economy, right? Here, look at these hats, custom lids. Get your sports paraphernalia. There we go. The Lone Owl, Wicker Park. We got the phone booth, the old British phone booth here. Doctor Who. Hands off Chicago. Hands off. Hey, you get your socks. Look, this is a whole store devoted to socks and shoes. Look at all the socks. Look at these shoes. What is this? Shoes for the bold, brave, tender-hearted. What is this place? John Fluvlog. Here's John Fluvlog shoes. Hey, how you doing? They got really cute shoes here. Look at that. Look at these socks. There, you wear a sock like that. Get your lederhosen. Here's chocolate coffee. Oro. Want a vintage. Put down your glasses. I want a tintage. I want a vintage. I want a tinkle. Bloom Plant Kitchen. Oh, look at this. Yeah, look at the Bloom Plant Kitchen here. Doc Martens. Look at that. Look how that's the Taj Mahal right there. Look at that. What is that place? It's called Taxum. Taxum Regional Greek Cuisine. Eat some Greek food in that environment there. That is nice. Levi's store. Yeah, we'll say hello to Conrad there. And thanks for the cake there. Myopic Books. Yeah. They won't let you film in there, but I will film it from across the street there. We'll promote it. My Epic Books, a nice bookstore here. Go to My Epic Books. We won't mention the other one that took over the Knoll State Bank. Here's Soul Stick. Soul flavors on a stick. You get the meat on the stick here. Yeah. Isn't that great? You can get all this cuisine, international cuisine, all here. You get meat on a stick from like South Korea. Foxtrot. This used to be the Double Door. Who remembers the Double Door? Now, it was a Yeti store. Now, look, the Yeti store's gone. There's nothing where the Double Door used to be. They should move the Double Door back there. Here's the, I know they want to go to Uptown. Uptown's probably a better location. Here's,
Are you the TikTok?
yeah, Brian Really Chicago. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. That's good. Well, thank you. That's great. Thanks for saying hello. Have a good night. Yeah, that's great. She recognized my voice. I should have got her name there, but hey, thanks for tuning in there. Very nice. I don't mean to put people on the spot there, but if they interact with me, I'll interact with you. She said hello. I appreciate that, friends and neighbors. Yeah, reach out and touch someone. There's the Damon in North Milwaukee and Damon. Here's the blue line pulling into the Damon stop. And here's the cars. We got to walk here, but we'll keep going. Feel like a Coco. There's the Foxtrot. Doors closing. Hey, we got Stan's Donuts, Pizza Subs, Flash Taco. There's the Knoll State Bank. We've gone inside there. They got the beautiful ceiling. All these nice artist lofts here. Look, they got flowers for sale here right next to the Foxtrot. The Van Leuven. And here's the blue line pulling out. There's the blue line. Underneath the tracks, there's a diner right there. So, look, the blue line train just pulled away, and there's the blue line diner. You could hang out there. They got food and drink. You could drink under the blue line. Okay, let's go up this way. So we'll cross over to the Flash Taco here. North Milwaukee and Damon, Chicago, Illinois. How you doing? Yeah, we'll let the cars turn. This is a very interesting intersection, especially if you're on bikes. Look how steep the curb is. And yeah, Flash Taco. Buy one, get one free. What a deal. And see the bikes here. You got this crazy ramp here, ADA. We'll head around here. There's the Knoll State Bank. It's got the beautiful ceiling now. It's a Barnes & Noble. That was the Vitamin Vault Walgreens, but at least it's something. Something's better than nothing. Barnes & Noble, you still go up into the top there. We'll head down North Avenue here. We'll go by Subterranean here. And that's a nice thing there. Like the Wicker Park, Bucktown, how they all converge here. North Milwaukee and Damon. And here's Estelle's. I spent many a long night at Estelle's. It's a 4 a.m. bar. Stays open till 5 a.m. on Saturdays. Right next to Subterranean. Correct me if I'm wrong. This used to be a brothel. Look at it. It's Subterranean. You go up to the top, and it has the rooms that overlook the center. And they use it as a rock club and bar. Here's Estelle's. And it's a 4 a.m. bar. 5 a.m. classic vibe here. Here's Estelle's. The night is young. The night is young. Come to Estelle's. I've seen that blurry-eyed at 5 a.m. You come out in June, the sun's coming up. You're like, I've wasted my life drinking at Estelle's, but it's fun. Here's happy belated clothing. So the reason we're here, I'm hoping there's some nice Halloween decorations lit up on like Hoyne and Pierce. And the housing itself is beautiful. I don't know how it's going to look at night. We usually film it during the day. Hey, here's the Clara. Look at this. Wow, there's a major set going on here. Live music here. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Very nice. So here we'll head down North Avenue. We'll head over to what is it? Hoyne Street? No, Pierce. So here we're missing the comments here. Yeah, good chat. Good night. Mike, Peter. Zoom Patrol. Yeah, Coco, really. So here's the Turkish bathhouse. Hey, look at the blue line pulling out of here. Wow. So here's the blue line. There's the they call that the Roby Hotel. There's the blue line, Bucktown Athletic Club. But this used to be a Russian and Turkish bathhouse. Look at that glazed cladding there, and yeah, it says Russian and Turkish baths at the top. I got a TikTok on it, and these used to be in other areas of the city too, where you would belong to the bathhouse, you get a shave, and it was also for socialization, like the old Roman baths. But not everybody had indoor plumbing, and people would have like one-room apartments and stuff, you know. And look at that. Look at the. I like those balconies, how they step back. If you just joined, we're in Wicker Park here. We're on North Avenue. We just went through North Milwaukee and Damon under the blue line, and we're going to head over and check out Halloween decoration. See, we saw some live music. We saw some. Talked to some people. We talked to some people at the bars. Talked to people at some vintage clothing stores. Here, Hoyne and North. Okay, Hoyne Street. Yeah, let's cross over to where the lights are there. Yeah. And here we'll leave North Avenue. If you go that way, it goes to Humboldt Park. Yeah, look at this nice fountain here. So this is a Sarah Italian Kitchen and Bar. Is that how did I say it right? Is it a soft C? A Sarah. Here's fountain. I'm bad with languages. I'm bad with the English language. English, do you speak it? I left out the MF. Here's, look at the tree lights there. So, hey, it's all dark and spooky. So, hey, let's see if we see some Halloween decorations. And I'm seeing some already, so I'm on the wrong side of the street. But if you just join, we're in Wicker Park. And look, it's the housing. Look at the housing. Is it coming through? Is it too dark? It'll help out when we see the orange Halloween lights here. We'll cross the street here. Hey, here's the cannon. So, hey, this will freak you out. What's a howitzer doing in this person's yard? Are they preparing for the National Guard? What's happening here? Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Hoyne Street. We're just south of North Avenue. And the reason this is here, this house used to be American Legion. It's hard to see it, it's yellow. But they got a little light shining on. This is a howitzer. It has a plaque that was used in World War I. There's a rat. So a rat just ran under the car. We're gonna walk by the rat and we're gonna head across the street. And we're gonna check out these Halloween decorations here. Wow, so hey, this is great. Look at you got the nice pumpkins here. Look at, they got the lighting here on the fence, nice spider webs. So hey, we're just gonna cruise around here, check out the boneyard here, and check out the architecture. Look at the beautiful stained glass windows, the porches here. Again, this is Hoyne Street. The area we're going to is loosely referred to as Beer Barons Row. Why is that? There was a lot of German beer barons that we see all over the city that built these amazingly ornate houses. That's like they were out trying to outdo each other, and they had the money, they were new money, and they had it to spend. And I mean, if you owned a brewery and you're rich, you're like, hey, let's make a nice looking house that everybody can enjoy here from the road. And we'll head over this way here. Is it this block? Let's see, Hoyne. Is this Pierce? Let me make sure. We'll wait till this traffic passes by. Here's something over here. Here's a little ghost. Yeah, we got a nice projection here. So look at the projection on. See, just a nice projection on the house there. That works. See, people just nice little inflatables, and it's fun. Something to do. It's getting dark sooner. Hey, there's the dog from Nightmare Before Christmas. The little neon ghost there. So I think this is Pierce and Hoyne here. We want to head this way. But I think first I'll head down this way. I see Halloween decorations already. So I'm going to go to where we're guaranteed to get some Halloween decorations, and then we'll come back on the way back and check out the Bavarian gingerbread house, or what I call it. Yeah, Hoyne and Pierce. Hoyne and Pierce. Here it is. So we'll head down to a block or two here, and then we'll double back and start heading back towards my neighborhood eventually. The Blue Jays. Oh, Grim Evil's going with the Blue Jays there. Yeah, as it started there, it's about to start there. Game 1 of the 2025 World Series. So here we got some more light here, so it'll be easier to see this stuff. So hey, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Hoyne Street. We're south of Pierce, Wicker Park, checking out Halloween decorations. We got October the 24th, 2025. Look at the beautiful Halloween lights there. How you doing? And look at that. There's the look at the stained glass windows. Look at the beautiful. See, it's the housing combined with the Halloween decorations just makes it so nice, because they're so nice anyway. You know, look at that big giant stairs, garden apartments. The first level is just on the ground. It's not even sunken at all. And look at this nice garden. Hey, we got the pirates with the little fingers coming out there. Yeah, look at that. There's a church here. This is a beautiful church. What is this? Wicker Park community here. Hey, how you doing here? Hey, they got a bunch of things there. Hey, there's some Halloween decoration. Wow, look at that. They got it all in the trees there. So hey, we'll head down. We're at Hoyne and Lemoyne. Hoyne and Lemoyne. This is the Wicker Park Lutheran Church. Wicker Park Lutheran Church, Chicago, Illinois. Look at that stained glass. It's kind of protected there, but look how that, wow. And there it is, yeah, Wicker Park Lutheran Church. Hoyne and Lemoyne. And here we got some Halloween lights. Who else decorates this much for Halloween? Look at that. We got a whole nice row here. Got some lights here on Lemoyne. Spiders on the fence. Hey, there's a happy pumpkin. Look at that. Hey, happy pumpkin. Sad pumpkin. Yeah, there's this. Oh, there'll be a clear view to the Sears Tower here. It's all in red. Look at that. So right through the gap there. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Look at the Sears Tower. It's like Sauron's tower there in Mordor. Look at that. It's just like, it's got the lidless eye up there looking at us. Look at the spiders. Purple spiders. But hey, yeah, we'll head back. We'll go under these tree lights here. The Eye of Sears. That's what it is. The Eye of Sears. You got it. Yeah. Yeah, Joel. Wicker Park. Yeah, we're in Wicker Park. We're Hoyne Street, Lemoyne. We're gonna go back to Pierce, but before that, we're gonna go a block this way because there's, and I see some there. So maybe we'll go here. We'll go down there and we'll go around. That'll work out. So we won't have to go past areas we already saw. Here's we'll go around the block, as to say. But here we're on Hoyne Street, south of Lemoyne, here, Wicker Park. We got about 49 degrees. And look at the nice lights. We got some ghosts. Hey, they got a big giant skeleton. Look at that. Look at this housing. Look at that porch. Look at that porch. Look at that detail. This is like out of a movie here. And look at this beautiful architecture here. Wayne Street with the Halloween decorations. Look at the ghosts. And we got the three witches. And we got that beautiful stained glass there. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that detailed porch. The banisters, like the railings. And look at, they got a knight in the window. Look, there's a ghoul up there. Look at that. That's freaky. And then we got this one right here. Is it moving? Is that moving? That's freaky. So hey, look at the nice haunted house here. This is on Wayne Street, Wicker Park. Look at these skeletons. Look at these skeletons. I got to get them. They all got like different expressions. There's the nuptial couple. There's the skeletons. They're repelling there. They're in the weeds. Now look at this housing here. So this is an important house, and I researched the whole thing. I have a rerun on it. If you, I can do it again since we're here, but I'm not prepared because I just wanted like a veg walk after I got out of work all week here. So we're just checking out the Halloween decorations. Look at this amazing house here, Wicker Park, and Hoyne Street, south of Lemoyne, and it's the housing combined with the Halloween decorations. This time of the year, it's chilly in the air, feels like fall, but it's still pleasant to walk. And look at that. Look at this tree. Here's the Treehouse of Horrors. Grim Evil, are you seeing this? They did such a great job here. People really, this is like, whoever set this up did a good job because they used this tree perfectly with the housing. So let's get the housing. Hey, here's Adam's family house. Look at that. Wow, how you doing? And we'll circle around here. Look at the tree. We got the tree here. We got stuff in the tree. We got spiders. Look at this housing. Wicker Park.
You gotta go down. There's a much better one.
Really, down this way?
If you're gonna go down this way, like maybe a block or a block and a half, there's like, they have like 15 figurines of human size and they all talk and move.
That is awesome. Thank you. I'll go down there. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll go down there because that's why I'm filming this one. And oh wow, look at that. That's right down there. I'm gonna go down there.
This side, just 2 blocks down.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Appreciate it. Thanks for the help there. Yeah. See, she tell me where to go. So here, look at the demon here. We got the tree here. This is the place to go. So I'm glad she told me. I'm going to go down another block and we'll get it since we came all the way over here. And Wicker Park. Look at that. Yeah, there's some nice Halloween. There's some over there. We'll get this tree here. But yeah, all this housing is just fantastic. I used to know the name of that. I can't remember it now. I'll get it. I'll figure it out. I gotta find a better way to annotate my stuff on YouTube. Here's the wow, there's the burning bush here, the nice colorful tree here. I can just leave that up for Christmas. Here, look at that. There we go. Yeah, that's the beautiful housing here. Look at that nice Christmas, or Christmas, Nightmare Before Christmas decorations. Here, yeah, I'm gonna go another block here. I'm glad she told me here. Here we're at Schiller and Hoyne. See, that lines up with Schiller Street when we walk through the Gold Coast. You see some of the same street names that connect with River North and the Gold Coast over here. East-west, none of them cross the river, but they still use the same position in the grid. It's all graph paper. It's all organized. Hey, there's some skeletons. Hey, let's see if we can find these really cool decorations here. Hey, look at the skeletons here. Wow, it's a whole party of skeletons going on here. Look, what's this one doing? It ran into the tree. Oh, we even got them coming out of the hedge. Here's the cats with the bones. Look at the bones here, the dogs. Look at all these. They went to town with skeletons. I like that. Decorate your yard with skeletons. Have fun with it. I laugh in the face of death. Here's, yeah, they just got some little purple sparkly things here. There's the poltergeist right there. Hey, Wicker Park, Hoyne Street. Let's see if we can find these super cool decorations. Maybe they're over there. Hey, look at that. That's nice too. Look how it lights up the cornice. Nice building lighting design here. Hey, look at that. Wow. Look at that. Wow, that's really nice. Look at this. They got the candle there. Look at these beautiful Halloween decorations. And look at that. Skeletons all around there, climbing up the ivy there. You got the whole cemetery. Yeah, look at this beautiful street. Yeah, I know I'm going a long time here. If people need to take a break, don't worry. See, look how in the back they got like a conservatory. I mean, these are like real old-timey houses. Look at that. Look at that turret. Look how they light that up here. I'll get you the name of the street here. I know we're just off of Hoyne. Look at that. Wicker Park has some nice housing. Look at that turret. Nice garden here. Across the way, there's some nice... Everywhere you look, there's some nice Halloween decorations here. Look at that. Hey, look at this place. See, we went exploring here. We discovered something new here. I need to come just a little further here. The housing gets really interesting here, Wicker Park. And I'll research this and find out who designed this and why it's here and who built it and who lived here. Does anybody know? I'm missing the comments here. Oh, look at that porch. Look at that. Yeah, it's nice. Tea lime tea time. I'm glad you're seeing this. Subi, Phil, Margie. Yeah, Peter. Isn't that nice? You see that? I'll look into that. That's some significant housing there. But hey, we're gonna find this amazing Halloween display, which I hope is right over here, and it'll be worth it. That might be it up there, that pink stuff. I like the cool weather here. This is how's my battery doing here? We're 44%. Eventually my battery might run out, and I might hop on a divvy bike. Before that, we're gonna film some more stuff here. Wicker Park here. I see some nice Halloween decorations here. There it is. There's the one she was talking about. I can see it there. So hey, we're gonna see some nice Halloween decorations here. Here, let's cross over here. Anybody coming? One-way street here. So we're still on Hoyne. I didn't even see which street we crossed here. Hey, look at that. Let's check out these decorations here. How you doing? So hey, look at. Hey, we got the crazy. Looks like a devil. It's the devil with the little ghost. The little cute ghost with the devil behind it there. Yeah, the 1300 block of Hoyne Street here. Wicker Park. I like the nice orbs here. Orbs of light. What is that? There's a big lighted sculptural thing here. So here we're at Hoyne and Potomac. Hoyne and Potomac Avenue, Wicker Park. And this block here has some really nice Halloween decorations. We'll have to remember this. And here, yeah, it's just it's the cute family with the dogs there. Oh yeah, see the nice inflatables there. But here, let's check this out. First, we'll do this side. We'll see what's over here. Hey, the dogs are checking each other out here. So hey, Potomac Avenue and Hoyne Street. And here, look at that. We got to check this out. It's just, I'm glad she told me to come down here. Thanks, Good Samaritan, for leading me the way to the best Halloween decorations we've seen probably in a while here. I can tell. And here we're south. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Wicker Park. Here we're on Hoyne Street. We're south of Potomac Avenue, Wicker Park. And I'm glad, thanks again to the nice woman who tipped me off. She said, go just another block or two. And they got some amazing Halloween decorations here. Look at this. You got the witch here. A lot of animatronics here. Look at this guy. How you doing? Got werewolves. Hey, we got a pirate. Look at the pirate. Maybe yeah, the pirate moves. Look at that. Look at all this stuff. That's amazing here. Yeah, we're all taking pictures of it here. This is great. Look at that. The dog likes it. How you doing, Susan? Look at that. So hey, Halloween decorations at Wicker Park. She was right. This is the best display I've seen this year so far. They got all of them going at once here. And they're all up there. Look at all the ghouls there. And even this is nice here. Imagine if you live next, you get to hear this going all night. Look at that. We got the green skeleton. We got the cute ghost there, the pink skeleton. Yeah, but this takes the cake here. Look at that. Nice Halloween decorations here, Wicker Park, Chicago, Illinois. This is Hoyne Street, just south of the Potomac Avenue. And here, look at the nice uplighting here. Yeah, we were going to check this out. So, hey, that was worth it. Thanks for staying on there. The World Series started. Is there a score yet? I'm going to start. Now I got to start heading back. We'll check out these lights here. This might be really good as well. Yeah, look at the lighting here. So there it is across the street. There's a nice Look at that. We'll go by it one more time after we see this stuff. Wow, look at the skeletons. They're running there. They got them posed well. They're climbing in the windows. This is the 1200 block of Hoyne Street here south of Potomac Avenue, Wicker Park, Chicago. Look, all the way up there. There's one up there. Hey, you're over here too. Cute cats there, pumpkin cats there. Nice fence lighting. Spiders on the wall. Yeah, look at this housing. Wicker Park. What do you think there, Subi? Carol? Yeah. Abdullah, how you doing there? Anita, what do you say here? Yeah, I hope you feel better there. Look at the yeah, get your rest there. So this is as far as I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to somewhere at Crystal. We're at Crystal and Hoyne Street, Wicker Park, Chicago, and so we'll double back and we'll head up until that street where we'll head over and around. We'll go past Pierce and Hoyne there. We'll go past the Bavarian Gingerbread House, and then we'll start. I might have to hop on a divvy bike. I might be out of juice. I would like to go to the Barbie Scream House, but maybe we can do that tomorrow night. I might just round this out in Wicker Park. We've seen so much stuff. If I film too much stuff, number one, the World Series is going on, and number two, you guys got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. We saw enough for tonight. Well, there's always another day, and so here's yeah. Let's go over there. Let's go over there. We got to see it one last time. We came all this way to check out the best Halloween display I've seen in a while. Here, look at this whole house here. Look at the size of it. So hey, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Wicker Park. Here we're on Hoyne Street near Potomac Avenue. And look at all these things. Look at the pirate. We got the werewolf. Oh, I didn't even see this thing. It popped out there. Look, the skeleton popped out there. You got the little gremlin guy. The werewolf, the scarecrow. This guy's like, it's like Dirty Harry. He's like the mobster. There's the witch in the rocking chair. So, hey, very nice. Way below to the skeletons. Oh, I didn't see the tentacles. They got the tentacles up there. See, people are going all out here. It's fun to do. What else you got to do? Long Beach, how you doing there? Yeah. LBC. Yeah, we'll sing some Sublime. How's look at the yeah. So the World Series, Dodgers are playing the Blue Jays there. I'll have to check the score. Texas is tuning in. Hey Carol, how's it going? Yeah, professional decorations. Some of these people do pay. I've seen them set it up. But you know, I think these people did this on their own. It's pretty nice, and yeah, I see it fell over. It gets blown around by the wind and stuff. But here, Hoyne Street, Wicker Park, Chicago, Illinois. We got 7:19 in the p.m. Central Time Zone. World Series is going on. Game 1 there. Scotland. Hey, I see. Thanks for tuning in there. ASSL, is that what that is? Okay. Winter. Thanks. But yeah, I'm gonna post more of my content on YouTube from now on. I'm gonna try to find a way. They got an editor where I could like edit it down better. And I'll try to make more YouTube quality shorts. Got to learn the system here. But it's good. We can just go from one platform to the other. Thanks for watching me on a different platform. I know there's things about TikTok we miss. But there's many things about TikTok I don't miss. So positive, negatives, everything. We'll make it work. It's just working now. Here's yeah, look at this housing here. I should have went over there. Yeah, let's go. Let's cross the street here. Hey, we'll check out this upside down mummy here. It's all crazy. It's crazy, man. Hey, yeah, we'll go to the boneyard here. Hoyne and Evergreen and Hoyne. There's the boneyard. Nice housing here. Look at that. Like the ghosts. Nice gates. Hey, thanks, Scotty, for the gift membership there. However that worked there, appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And hey, look at this. Look at this. Nice decorations here. Wicker Park. Very, very gothic. It was just the right time period. These buildings were built the late 1880s, early 1890s. And it's like everything was built at once. Like whole blocks were under construction at the same time, and it was all just amazing. The flurry of activity. And it's been preserved. A lot of these are in historic districts here. They call this Beer Barons Row, where we're about to go here. But here we saw this the other way. We get to see it twice. It's so nice we get to see it twice here. Look at the skeletons. Point Street. Wicker Park, yeah. Don't you forget it. Yeah, Tombot. Yeah, thanks, Scotty. Cheeto kicks. Yeah, get your kicks. I can't get no kicks anymore. Here, Schiller Street and Hoyne. Yeah, we'll go one more block here, I think. We'll go one more block and cut over. So, hey, we can check out this house again. So, hey, yeah, see, look at this beautiful housing here. Schiller and Hoyne Street, Wicker Park, Chicago. So this is worth to go by twice. And I'll get you the name of this house. I used to know it. I think he was owned a brewery or something. Well, I think it's this one, and if you go over there, it has like a big taller part, but then there's this one with the, yeah, look at that facade. No, it's right there. It's a combination of like Italianate and French Renaissance revival. It's a strange hybrid cupola there. Look at that. Very, just too much ornamentation, which is nice. It's just over the top. And here's the flying demon skeleton. The tree with the two heads. Crazy clown. Look at that beautiful housing there. Wicker Park, Chicago, Hoyne Street. We're near Schiller. That's freaky. Look at that impaled head. Grim Evil loves this. There's yeah, severed limbs. There's crazy clowns. But look at that house. And look, there's the high-rise housing there. And then right here is this amazing Italianate, beautiful Halloween. Look at the shadow. Look how they got the shadow of the skeleton against the wall there. That's freaky. Look at that. I like that. That's a good effect there. They got that light casting that shadow. And there's the skeletons repelling. Skeletons all around. Spiders. They got stuff in the window. Second floor. Look at that. Look at this creepy stuff in the window. That is great. Good job. Thanks, Wicker Park. Look at the coat of arms there. And they got whole very bright lights here. And there's the skeleton playing soccer. It's walking the dog. Look, it's walking like some creature there. Look at that skeleton. There's the Wicker Park Lutheran Church there, Lemoyne and Hoyne. Beer Barons Row here. Yeah, let's head down this way. We'll see the Halloween decorations. We'll go around the block. Then we'll start heading back towards my place there. So here we'll cross the street. Yeah, Wicker Park Lutheran Church, Lemoyne and Hoyne. You already saw those. Sunday. No, today's Friday. We got 7:26. Yeah, a lot of detail. Yeah, creepy. Yeah, you're in the right place. You like creepy. I'm a creepy guy. Here's look at the stained glass windows. Wow. Look at these beautiful stained glass windows. The Wicker Park Lutheran Church. They light it up really well at night there. Look at that. Hey, here's some Halloween. Is that Halloween decorations? Look at that. Yeah, it's like the it looks like a tarot card place or something. Look at that. Yeah, love, death. Look at that. Look, they got the hands coming out. I think we've gone down this street before. Yeah, we've gone down this street before. Hey, Wicker Park here. Lemoyne Street. Yeah, let's go over here. So we're a week away from Halloween. I guess next Friday night is Halloween. We'll be, I guess, I'll make sure they're still having the, yeah, we filmed this house before. Look at the whole family's there. And they got all these skeletons. Very nice. And they got this guy here. But yeah, the way we filmed this. But we'll probably go up to Boys Town there, and they got a Halloween parade, a lot of nice costumes. And we'll find a way to film it. Here's, we did it the last 2 years. To me, it's the funnest free thing you can do that night as an adult. People, there's bars all along there. You can go get a drink and just watch people get on the balconies. They yell from the rooftops. It's very boisterous. It's a good time. Let's boisterous Boys Town. Here's we're on Lemoyne Street, Wicker Park. Here's wow, I like the colors. Look at the colors. Look, it's the Grateful Dead. It's got a crown of flowers. And look, yeah, it's got the Grateful Dead flag. Look at that. That is great. Yeah, there it is. So look, the Grateful Dead. There's the whole. There's what, Phil Lesh or who? Where's Jerry Garcia? No, it's not. The hair's too long. Yeah. But there's the Grateful Dead. Yeah. Here's the dog. Look, they got a dragon. They got a dog. What's that? Oh, that's nice. Look at that. That is nice. Look at the pumpkin. There's the pumpkin. Very nice Halloween decorations here on Lemoyne Street. They got the inflatable. Yeah. Hey, I'm easily amused. We'll take it. Yeah. Bloodbath cocktail. There you go. There you go, Neelius. Better than a Bloody Mary. Gnostics and Druids, yeah. Look at these roots. Look at the roots. Look at the root pattern of that tree. Hey, we're at Levitt and Lemoyne. Is that right? We'll head up to Pierce Street. We'll go past the Bavarian Gingerbread House. That's what I call it. I don't know if that's the official name. I researched who lived there. I put it in the notes. We got reruns. We got several reruns. We've seen it in graduation time. We've seen it in Christmas time. We've seen it at Halloween. That's what we're going to do now. I don't know if I've seen it at Halloween. I guess we did do it. I don't think they do much because you don't have to put the sheep in the meadow. Levitt and Lemoyne here. Well, Lemoyne goes that way. We're on Levitt. Okay, so this is Levitt. We want to go on Pierce here. Look at that. It's awesome. It's unbelievable. Oh, hey, there's the cat. Smelly cat. So what, they had the jelly cat. Okay, I don't know what the jelly cat is. It's some little cute doll store or plush toy store from London. It opened in the Nordstrom. I was just walking through there. I had no idea it was new, or it was opened, or it was just open for 2 weeks, or whatever it was. There was a line there. I guess it's like the Pop Mart stuff. It's like collectibles. I mean, hey, there's the. Well, that's very nice here. So there's, look, Frankenstein, Rigor Mortis, Anita Nobody. Hey, look, Anita Nobody. Jack-o'-lantern. Oh, that's a nice projection. I like the Grim Reaper. Hey, Grim Evil, that's you. It's Grim Reaper there. Look at that. That's nice. Yeah. Look at this nice house. Look how it's set back. You got perfect for the, yeah, Frankenstein. Frankenfurter. Here, we'll make it right up here. What is this building? Yeah, you see that? Yeah, thanks for tuning in here. It's huge. Hey, you want a chair? There's a chair. There's a bench. So, Levitt Street, I think this is Pierce. So yeah, we'll head this way. I think if we cross the street, there's some beautiful housing here we can highlight. Hey, we're just walking around on a Friday night. How's my battery doing? We're down to 35%. Is that it? Look at that. Look at this beautiful housing. This is on Pierce Street. We're east of Levitt. We're heading towards Hoyne, Wicker Park, Chicago. Look at this amazing housing. Look at that staggered blocks there. Hey, here's some skeleton dogs. Little ghosts. There's the skeletons. Look at that. They've got the garden apartment under the stairs there. Look at that porch. Wow. Oops. I gotta watch where I'm walking here. I don't want to take a nosedive. So yeah, they just got some regular uplighting here. That's a beautiful house, but they do have a low row of lights here. So here we'll cross the street here and we'll do this. Oh, that's nice. So here, let's do this. So we'll see what this is what I call the Bavarian gingerbread house here on Levitt Street. Across from this is such a beautiful porch there. They do have some Halloween decorations here, but this is great. This deserves an honorable mention here. Look how they turn their whole portion. The proportions are perfect. They turn it into a mouth with the eyeballs there, and you have to enter the beast there. You have to actually enter the mouth, and it looks red there. You have to go in the mouth of the porch there to get your candy there. Look at that. That is excellent here. Yeah, welcome to Wicker Park here. We're on Pierce Street. We're west of Hoyne there. Levitt's the other way. And not only is this spectacular, this beautiful house, it's across the street from the Bavarian gingerbread house. And let's check it out here. They just got some simple row of lights on the fencing. But hey, there's some ghosts there. They got a nice projection up there. Look at the wow, yeah, look, it turned on. The ghost came alive there. Oh, it's flickering. It's part of the effect there. There's a skeleton up there. Look at that beautiful stained glass. Wow. Hey, they got nice ghosts here. But here's the Bavarian gingerbread house. We'll let these people pass here. So I think that's very nice here. We'll show this again. We're across the street here. They got the whole porch there. That's like a giant Muppet there. That's like Animal when he got giant there in the movie. You got the big mouth there. You got to enter the body of the beast there. But here it is. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Wicker Park. Here's the what I affectionately call the Bavarian gingerbread house. It has a real name, the real owner, the guy that had it built. He's got a little library here. We're seeing it at Halloween time here. We got October the 24th, 2025. They got an amazing display. I'm sure if we were here in the daytime, you could see it better. They got a bunch of pumpkins, and they always have like the little sheep out here and the ducks. They always get the ducks, which is nice. But look at the detail. We'll get it here, the uplighting. You just got, it's nice seeing it at night. Look at the beautiful intricate, you know, it's like a cuckoo clock. I mean, you know, we see these things at the Kris Kringle market, you know, and they said make a house that looks like a cuckoo clock gingerbread house, you know, and here it is, you know. It's just, look at those eaves. Look how they light it so well, and it's just like perfectly proportioned there. Am I zoomed out all the way? Right here. And this is on, again, Pierce Street between Hoyne and Levitt, Wicker Park, Chicago. All these houses on these streets, and I mean across the way. There it is. Look at that. Look at those eaves. Let's see if we can get that a little bit. Zoom in just a little bit. Look at that. Beautiful. You got to paint that, you know, maintain that. It's beautiful. They always got a nice decoration there. Hey, we saw it. Here, this is nice too. You get a little book along the way. So I'm going to start heading home here. We're going to reverse this. And, you know what? I can just get on the train too. I could just get on the blue line, head back downtown, and head home. I might do that. And I'm pretty tired. It's been a long week. I know it's kind of a little out of my way, but it's not too bad. I can get home in a flash. I'll get something to drink. I'm kind of thirsty. But hey, I want to watch this World Series. I'll catch the end of it. And I might just hop on a divvy bike. Yeah, if I can get a divvy bike up here, I'll just go up. I'll just divvy on the 606 there. I would stream it, but I'm not. I'm too tired. I don't want to wreck and see everybody fall down there or drop my phone or something. I'm falling asleep here. But hey, we saw some cool stuff tonight. We'll see some cool stuff later on. And I want to get over to that Barbie Scream House. We'll check that out sometime. And sometimes they don't have it turned on, even on, like, I think one time I went over there on a Friday night. I was so disappointed. I was like, it's Friday night and he has it off. But it was too early. It was like too early in the season, or he was still setting it up. Here's a little ghost here. Yeah, we're back to there's the doors closing. We missed it. Yeah, I was hungry for a cookie. It was the big Cookie Monster house. It was nice. Glad you saw that. Yeah, we'll cut that out. We got some good stuff to cut out. We got so much stuff to cut out. I got to stop filming because I'll have too much stuff that I won't get to it all. That's what happened with the marathon. I didn't get to the end. Even the same with the Columbus Day Parade. I mean, there's stuff I missed. You know, it's too much. I got too much going on. But here, let's cross the street here. We'll get this house. I think we already filmed this, but we'll do it again here. Unless this car's pulling out here. Here goes a bike. Hey, you on the bike? But hey, thanks everybody for tuning in there. Check out that World Series there. We'll do this again, same bat channel. Thanks for everybody tuning in here on YouTube. We'll keep this show on the road, and hey, have a great weekend there. And I'll get you up to North Avenue here. Hey, thanks mods, you guys are great. And we'll figure out, we'll communicate there. Okay, have a good night here from Chicago. We'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate it, everybody here. Hey, the Howard Apartments, North Avenue. And check out the reruns there. And have a good night there. Thanks, everybody. See you, Grim Evil Anita.